The woman had just taken a bath in the bathroom, but when she came out, she found the living room engulfed in flames. Terrified, she rushed to call the fire department, but before she could say much, the fire strangely grew larger and larger. With no other choice, the woman ran toward the door, but the next moment she was swallowed by the raging flames. Strangely though, when the police arrived, there was no sign of a fire at the scene. However, a forensic examination confirmed the woman had indeed died from being burned, but since there was no fire, how did she die? To solve this bizarre case, the forensic examiner took the body to the autopsy room for analysis. The conclusion was she died from burns, so they specifically checked the surveillance footage from that time. It turned out the woman had returned home the previous night and never left, and before her death she had indeed called the fire department. Just as everyone was puzzled by this, the forensic examiner made a major discovery. She found a black substance in the deceased's brain, which had been scraped out from her nose. However, due to limited testing technology, the experts could not identify what kind of mold it was. They had to send it abroad for testing. The forensic examiner believed this mold was key to solving the case, so the police sent the mold to the United States for analysis. But the very next day, another similar strange case occurred. On a morning with temperatures over 30 degrees Celsius, a company boss was found wrapped in a blanket, drowned in his office. A forensic examination strangely revealed ice in the deceased's nose. To figure out what happened, the police immediately questioned some of the company's employees. The employees said the boss had entered his office that morning and never came out. It was only 2 hours later, when the secretary went to deliver documents, that she found him wrapped in a blanket, not breathing. After taking the body to the autopsy room and conducting an examination, the forensic examiner found similarities between this case and the previous one. Both victims had the same unknown mold in their brains. But since the test results were not yet available, the forensic examiner had to write cause of death unknown in the autopsy report. This outcome, however, dissatisfied the supervisor. Because two bizarre deaths had occurred in just a few days, they could not simply write cause of death unknown. So the supervisor ordered the forensic examiner to change the report to death by cardiac paralysis. Right after the supervisor spoke, the police received another strange case. A priest had inexplicably died at home. His intestines had been pulled out and cleaned, then stuffed back into his abdomen and stitched up with needle and thread. But strangely, the stitching pattern resembled some kind of symbol. This suggested the killer placed great emphasis on ritual. The forensic examiner believed this case was similar to the previous two, so she quickly used a swab to test the priest's nose. Sure enough, the same unknown mold was found in his nostrils.